Hi, everybody, and welcome to Cross-Linguistic Connections Imitate Lesson Week 5, Wednesday. I'm Mr. Puga, and the only thing you need is something to write on, like a writing journal, preferably, pencil, and your full undivided attention. Let's get going. Our objectives are, I will share an example of imitating a sentence with common and proper nouns with you. We will create a sentence similar to the ones that we analyzed. And you will practice creating 5 sentences with common and proper nouns in your journal. Okay, so we analyzed these sentences last on Tuesday. Matt Cruz was just a cabin boy on the Aurora, but then he met Kate. And then we have the other sentence with which we compared it. Kate's grandfather was an air balloon captain, and he wrote a diary. Now, just remember that this sentence has subject, which is Matt Cruz, and then the predicate, which was just a cabin boy on the Aurora. I know it's a long predicate, but it's still a predicate. And then we have a compound sentence. And compound sentence, remember, we put them together with a comma and a conjunction. In this case, is but. And then we have another subject and predicate in the second part of the compound sentences. But then he met Kate. Now, the most important thing about this is that we have a proper noun here. Matt Cruz is proper noun because it's not any boy, it's a particular boy. But then in this case, when we're saying cabin boy, cabin is a place, not a particular one, just any cabin. And then the word boy, we're not specifying which boy. So those two words are not capitalized. They remain lowercase because they're common nouns. We know that. Then Aurora, it's an airship, so it has to be capitalized because it's a particular one. But then he met Kate. And Kate, it's capitalized too because that's the name of a girl. Same thing in the second one. Kate goes capitalized. And grandfather, even though we're talking about a specific grandfather, we're not saying the name of that grandfather. So lowercase for that one because it's a common noun. Air balloon, air, lowercase, balloon, it's also a noun, lowercase basically because it's a common noun. We're not saying which balloon. We do know the name, it's in the story there in Airborne, but we just didn't write it here, so it stays lowercase. Captain, so it stays lowercase, and then he wrote a diary. Now, diary stays lowercase because we're not saying like the name of the diary. It doesn't have it. So how can we imitate them? How can we create a similar sentence? All right, so let's analyze it. We said that we have a subject in Kate's grandfather. Predicate was an air balloon captain because that's the action that the subject did. So subject and predicate, there we go. Then we have a comma, which is the conjunction. Subject for the second part of a compound sentence is he, which is a pronoun, wrote a diary. That's the predicate. Okay, and we have our proper nouns and our common nouns. We're all good. So I'm going to think about same thing, but I'm going to create my own sentence. I had a student that her name was Bertha. So I just that name popped in my head. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make some mistakes on purpose. But don't worry about the capitalization and the spelling right now. I'm doing it on purpose. Believe me, this is not a mistake I did. So, subject, Bertha. But not only Bertha, I'm going to say Bertha's uncle. All right, Bertha's uncle. And then the predicate is going to be, he's a teacher in Richter Elementary. Let's see. It's a teacher in Richter Elementary. Okay. And then we need to add a conjunction. We have and, so, or. I'm going to add so. And then the subject, he. Yeah, it's a mistake. And then a predicate. All right, knows a lot about nouns. We have nouns here all around. I know, guys, I didn't capitalize them correctly, but that's because we're going to do it tomorrow. All right? So just for the sake of getting a new imitation of a sentence, I'm just going to write it like that. So there you go. We have subject, predicate, conjunctions, subject, predicate, and we have nouns all around. Tomorrow I'm going to work on fixing them. Okay, so it's your turn. I want you to do 5 similar sentences in your journal. Hey, and try to make it as good as you can. But if you make mistakes, we still have a lesson to go over and fix them. Okay, so try your best. 5 sentences. Take a picture or however your teacher tells you to do it and send it to them. Okay, see you around. Bye-bye.